Good morning, everybody. This is Tourette's Trucker coming at you live from an undisclosed location that I'm not allowed to discuss. Not allowed to have a picture of where I'm at, even though you can see them on Google Maps. You can see them on Google Street View. You can see them from another section. See every single thing. You see them from other people's videos and things, but I'm not here. I'm unofficially here. I'm waiting for something to happen. Not quite time for our appointment time, so we're all ready to go. But anyway, later on in my video I will be showing how to change out an air dryer. I stopped one of my videos the other day coming back from Tampa, trying to narrow the size of the videos down, trying to pull them down some, so I figured I'd separate it. I know it's kind of cut off in the video the other day, but I decided to just shut it off there, and then we're going to pull it all on a separate video today. I've just been waiting to do it, but that's going to be coming up. I'm going to show you just how easy it is to change out an air dryer on a truck. Save some money. You don't have to hire a mechanic to do that. That's something simple that you can do. Just get the air dryer. Most air dryers have quick disconnect airline fittings. You just pull them off, undo the main supply line. So undo two bolts and a bracket and pull it off and swap it out. Swap the electrical lines so for the dryer. So it's simple, it's easy, but I'll show you what all I did to get mine changed, and that's coming right up. So y'all stay tuned.
Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Certified Fleet Services, Spencer Haynes. They are there at 4901 South 50th Street in Tampa, Florida. Here's their card. If y'all can see it, I'll give y'all a quick look. They're awesome. They fixed my drive shaft, sent it off, have it fixed, changed the carrier bearing, did everything I need to get my drive line going. I'm back running again. But now my thing's acting back up. My dryer, we have to air unload a lot of loads. By air unload, I mean we have a chemical tanker. We don't do stuff that just gravity feeds. Your gasoline haulers, all they do is hook a hose from a trailer up to a hole in the ground. It just gravity dumps into the ground. Whereas our stuff, we're pushing into ship stuff, so we need to actually pressurize the trailer. So we use the air for our truck systems that we use to control our brakes and fan clutches and things like that. So we have to use air for that. So on this, I will show you how I have mine set up. Here's my air line here that I hooked to the trailer. Of course, it's coming down here. We've got a separate ball valve. You may be able to hear it. You can see it's kind of blowing a little bit of water out. But the air compressor puts out some water running real high. So there's my air line. That's tied into my fuel. That's tied into my air tanks. Well, since we run a lot of loads like that, we're putting a lot of strain on our air dryers. So my purge valve, if you ever run beside a truck and you'll hear it pop off, go psh, that's the air dryer pop off saying it's built up enough pressure. Well, right now I guess I've got my dryer keeps sticking, purge valve keeps sticking, so it just keeps popping off. It says my pressure's built up, pressure's fine, doesn't need to build up any more pressure. So we got an air governor which turns the air compressor off so it doesn't produce any more air to the tanks. But purge valve keeps ticking, it keeps popping off, so I'm fixing to change my dryer out, which here I have a spare dryer. And which is why I said before in one of my videos, you need to have tools on your truck. So, basic set, which of course, yeah, it looks rough. My basic set looks really bad, but this isn't even part of what all I've got. I've got them all in my side box and everywhere else. I've got sockets and other things I need. I got a cordless drill. I actually have a power electric drill on my truck. But for this, I know I'm gonna need some coveralls. So, I always keep coveralls. Keep them in a bag, that way when you're getting back in dirty coveralls, you can take them back out, put them in the bag so it's not getting everything up underneath your side box full of grease. Of course, you know, drill bits, chargers, everything else. And then I have me one that has sockets. Yes, even tuna and crackers. Chili. But then I've got sockets and wrenches. Torx bits. So, you know, these are essential things that truck drivers should have on their truck, because you never know when you want to do something and do some work yourself. So always keep tools on the truck, y'all. But yeah, we're gonna get up underneath this sucker. We're gonna place the dryer in here. Put me on some coveralls, because as an owner operator, you have to save money. Every business has to look at saving money. So anything you can do, you know, that goes towards your bottom line. So, you know, you want to make profit. So the best thing to do is learn how to do some of the stuff yourself. I don't know much about a motor and things like that, but there are some basic things I can change out myself. So, you know, certified diesel, they said they'd be glad to do it, but, you know, I just spent some money there, about 1,500 bucks. So I need to try to save a little bit. So I'm going to change this out myself. All it is I'll show you here. This right here is the air dryer. Purge valve right there keeps getting stuck and keeps blowing off, so we're going to change that out. Get that good to go, and we will knock this out, and then we'll get back. Come in here, we'll take a shower, and then we'll get back to rolling again, y'all. Get back with y'all in a minute. First thing you want to do is make sure you bleed all the air out your air tanks before you do this, y'all. You don't want to be popping the air lines off and have it pressurized, so make sure you bleed all the air out your air tanks first. Work safe. Downside to doing this in the truck stop, the parking lot, is it smells like piss. Nasty freaking drivers. Hey, you see that little poof? That was some air pressure coming out. Okay. Then you got to find a socket. Up top you have a bracket that holds the dryer up here, so you got to get socket up at the dryer up here on the bracket. And then we've got another 2 bolts down here that we have to pull off the flange right here too. And of course, you know what? I left my small socket in the driver door. These fenders on this Coronado, they make a truck look good, but for crawling in and out, it's the worst. It's absolutely awful to have this. We'll turn this up so y'all can see up here. Now if you can see the bracket up here, where my hand is at. Let's see. Right there. Gotta loosen this bracket to get the dryer off. That loosens the bracket that holds it. Then there's 2 bolts down here. Then you have these 2 bolts right here. Got to take these off, and then this whole dryer will come off. Put the new one down, put the bracket back on top, put the bolts back in, and you're good to go. And we're back to loosening this. And this bracket slides off that easy, y'all. And we need bigger sockets. Man, the pee smell is awful down here. My God. It's bad, y'all. It's bad. Trying to find a socket to fit this, y'all. That's the magic one. Have to come back under here. You gotta get that just right box wrench to fit up top to hold the nut or the bolt. Five-eighths it is. Well, at least there's a nice breeze right now to blow the pea smell away. Alright, we'll leave that bolt in there until we get the other one off. See, y'all, these are a part of being an owner-operator. Trying to save money and do some things yourself. Anything that you can do yourself, increase your profit. Any profit, of course, you know, that translates into the mama money for mama. Alright. So as y'all will see here, change the dryer out's really easy. You just undo a few lines, pull 2 bolts out. Got the 2 bolts. Now you have to take these air fittings out. This air fitting here, this air fitting here, this air fitting here. These have to come out and be reused in the new dryer. And sometimes you got to give it some wax to break them loose. Especially when they're in there good and tight. Oh shit. And you know what I just realized, y'all? I didn't realize this one went past this other air fitting, and I did not pay attention, and I broke my daggone air fitting. So I got to come up here to TA and see if they've got it one. Plus I've got one. I've got a couple quick disconnects. I absolutely did. I broke it. Yeah, I guess that's why it was tight. From this angle, I couldn't really see it. That one needed to come out first. I thought there was enough clearance on it, but without the airline on it, I thought there was enough clearance, but there wasn't. So, got the old dryer off. Have a brand new air dryer right here for it. Nice spanking new. And of course, always Teflon tape your connections. Keep air leaks from happening. fun now. I know the end of it's here somewhere. Sometimes Teflon tape is not the best. It likes to shred easy. Man, come off in different layers. Look at this. This is what I call a cluster mode. There we go. Now it's finally on the same page. So all this is trash. I always want to hold it in and wrap it, turn in the direction that it's going to turn in, and screw in righty-tighty, lefty-loosey for people who don't know the rule of thumb. So to tighten it into the right, it's going to spin into the right and tighten down, so you put the Teflon tape on and you spin it to the right. Make sure you coat all the threads. Now we can screw that in. Alright, one down, one to go. Make sure I get the right one going in the right direction. One side goes in the hose, one side goes in the dryer here. These other fittings are quick disconnect, so there's no mistake in that. Give it some good tightening. All we'll make it double check when you go to put these in. Tighten them to see which way your air lines go in, so you know whether your fittings need to go down or go up. This is going to have to point up. Alright, well, we're going to pause the video right here while I go try to see if I have one of these air lines in the truck. If not, I'll run in here to the TA and get a fitting for it. I'm sure they have these. It's pretty common, pretty standard elbow. So, I'll be back. Alright, y'all, I'm coming back. Brand new brass fittings. Like the lady said, most people don't want to pay for brass, but I got 3, so I have a spare because I couldn't find my other spare. These 3 little fittings right here. I mean, look at the side. There's my finger right here. It only comes down to the very first joint of my finger, this little tiny elbow. $58 for 3 of these. $58 for 3, so you can see how small it is. I mean, you can see the curve of my finger. It basically only comes down to the first joint, and that's 58 bucks. But you get what you pay for. Brass is better, brass holds up. As you saw, the plastic one broke. This will not. So we're going with this. And good thing about when you buy brand new ones, that orange on the zip, that's actually thread lock, so you don't have to worry about Teflon taping it. That actually is the sealer, so that's even better. And we just tighten this down. I so love the quick disconnects, because if you use ferrules, fittings that have ferrules, every time you go to change out a dryer or something, and you crush it, and then you really need to replace the ferrule, which you have to cut more airline to get a good clean seal. So I try to avoid those if possible. So I like these here. All right, and then when you're done with this, here's this ring. You just throw the dryer back up in that ring there. You put the, oops, my bad. I forgot the most important thing first. Dryer's going to fit this way. I need to pull these 2 bolts out here. Yep, I got to pull these 2 bolts out so it fits in. You know what I also forgot, y'all? Copper base anti-seize. Copper base anti-seize, I swear by it. That stuff is the bomb. Keeps your bolts from seizing up, so when you go to change out the dryer again, you don't have to fight with the rust and everything. It's definitely worth the investment. So, and since you're going through another thing that should give you a better bolt package. Replace these bolts with longer ones. So y'all, what I think is what I'm actually going to do is slide these out there. I think I'm actually going to come out here first. Get my copper anti-seize. I don't want to I don't want to put these in and not use the anti-seize, so I'll be right back. Alright, y'all, I'm back. As you can see, they have copper on them. Liquid copper particles actually keep it from rusting. So these are the best way to do this. At least in my opinion, the best way. So, put the dryer back on, run it through here, bracket, rest it up on there. Put your bolts up through, your washer and your nut, and you're in business. So next bolt up, next washer. Alright, you get your sockets, your wrench back, and you tighten it down. Of course. And believe it or not, people, this right here probably just saved about 200 bucks. This is about what you would have been charged for the labor on this. So, I always tell any owner operator, learn how to do a little bit of maintenance on your truck. It will save you a boatload of money in the long run. Okay, that's done. Now that that's done, we just tighten this bracket up here at the top right here. She's good and tight, she's not going anywhere. Now we put our air lines back on. Alright, we're good to go. That's in there. Push your airline in that's coming from your governor. Push that in the quick disconnect. Make sure it's got a good connection. Plug your heater power cord in for the heater for the dryer. Plug your supply line in from the dryer going to the air tanks. And that is all there is to changing an air dryer on a truck. Granted, I had to go get me an air fitting. My fault, I broke the old one, but it was the little plastic quick disconnects. So that was my fault, but still, we got it done. Everything's good to go. We're gonna put the old dryer back in the old box, all the trash. Always clean up after yourself, drivers. I mean, I hate drivers that empty their piss jugs in the park because it so smells like peeing up under this truck. It is bad. Luckily, I'm getting a shower. As soon as I get everything put up, I'm going straight for a shower. So it's just a shame at how nasty some people are. I mean, there's grass right behind here. A whole field of grass. Last I checked, concrete doesn't absorb liquid. Grass does. If you want to empty your pee jug, go out there and dump it in the grass. I mean, put it in the grass instead of in somebody's parking lot. Then you truck drivers wonder why they don't want us parking, you know, at stores and Walmarts and things like that. Because of drivers like this that have to piss in the parking lot. I mean, I get it. You know, you don't want to get up and have to go in the store. I completely understand. I've done that. Every truck driver's got a jug, you know, to use the bathroom in. But some of us have enough common courtesy where I'll actually take mine when I'm somewhere and I'm on an off-ramp out in the middle of nowhere, you know, getting off an exit, and there's grass there. Every off-ramp has grass, y'all. I pour it in grass, not by somebody's house, not in the business parking lot, in the grass. You know, then you can throw your jug away, you know, but at least have enough common decency and courtesy to do that right there. I mean, don't ruin people, y'all. You're giving us truck drivers a bad name when y'all do stuff like this. I mean, this is absolutely, the smell is just horrific. I mean, it really is, it's bad. So I can't wait to get out of here. I'm glad I'm done. I'm so glad I'm done. But we're gonna kick that out of here, get my tools out of here, get them put up. He'll get me a shower. And I guess I'm back to Miami. Catch y'all later.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.